Go, Gemini. Starts out with you don't want to play hardball anymore. Okay, I get that. Looks like you've been overworked, underpaid, that kind of a thing. Why are you doing this? What's going on? Yes, it's been a rough year for a lot of us, to be honest. It's not going to get a whole lot better, but it will be cleaned up a lot this year. Gemini, you've had a little bit of a tough time, though, I will say. Maybe even up to 7 years or building of energy in this way. So the last 7 years, it's been some heavy. And this, I would say last year culminated everything. And now you're in cleanup mode. And that's good. That's good. You're a wise person. You're a very smart person. You're one of the smartest persons in the zodiac. In case people didn't know, you want to listen to that because Gemini is a wise guy. Yes, they are. They're smart when it comes to business. They're smart when it comes to looking at both sides of things or the whole picture. And I'm going to say that February, this is going to be you. This is going to be you. You are not feeling a lot. How do I say this? Okay, this is a good way to say it. You might be a little bit down on yourself, a little bit, okay? You might be a little bit down on yourself because of the last little while, and you're wondering, how did you get yourself there? You must have made some really silly decisions for you to find yourself in that position. No, you didn't really. It's life. It's just life. And COVID, it made it even worse. You are a good decision person, okay? If I had you in my workplace, I would be listening to you because I find you to be a very fair and kind and smart decision maker. So I like that about you. So I don't think you really made a bad decision. I think circumstances changed things. And that's what happens. It's like a crapshoot, Okay? Thank you, Sylvie. You're a sweetie. I do appreciate that. Yeah. So anyways, just get back to this. It's so right now it's like you're hanging in the wind, waiting for which direction to go in, waiting for the wind to blow you so you know where to go with the flow. This is actually a pretty good idea, to be honest with you. Sort of when in doubt, sit it out. There's nothing wrong with that, to be honest with you, Gemini. Nothing. I think it's a smart move. Sometimes we can get full of ourselves or get caught in our head, and when that happens, that kind of that puts us into a situation where we can't see clearly, but it doesn't happen often for you. And so in this moment, it may be that you have a lot of, let's say, irons in the fire. Where do you go? What do you want to do? Who do you want to play with? It's not that you haven't already cleaned the slate. I say you have cleaned the slate. But now you're deciding, what do you want to bring back into your life? What do you want to instigate? What do you want to play at? Where do you want to go? So it's like a nice clean slate, and you're about to decide your future. I love what I see here because this is you creating your own fate. I actually like it. Taking a little bit of time out, sitting it out, thinking it through. When in doubt, sit it out. I think this is a smart, good idea. Nothing wrong with that. Don't put any effort or energy into anything right now while you're sorting through where you want to go, what playground you want to play in. Okay? Marriage may be a very important thing to you too. Another person who thinks when you get involved, when you decide you're going to get married, when you make a commitment, you like to stick with it. This is partly why you stay in situations that maybe don't, meet your standards once you get in. But I honestly think that whatever has happened, it's kind of like a crapshoot of some sort, okay? Now I do see the possibility of, this could be someone in your family, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They're probably younger than you. I'm not sure why I'm seeing that, but they're probably younger than you. Maybe they need some direction. They need some teachings. They need some education. They need some support, something like that. So you're going to be very thankful to be able to give to them on some level. So I do see you being generous and caring and loving for whoever that is. You got the 9 of Cups in the workplace. I love that card there. Anybody who's standing in your way in the workplace looks like they're leaving all on their own. So that's a good thing. Or they're going to get sent to another direction over there so they won't be in your way at all. And I don't mean that people are in your way so much as sometimes people do like to, veer the situation into another direction so that your idea didn't get as much momentum or as much warmth, didn't get as much love. So I'm going to say that whatever's happening now in the workplace is gearing up to putting a little bit of spotlight on you. Okay, so it may not be right away either. I'm going to say probably, so we're here now in January 5, 6. I say something's stirring in February, but you maybe not know about what the outcome is until the beginning of March, somewhere in there. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Yes, and if there is someone that's supposed to leave, it's going to happen in February, and that's a good thing. And maybe the whole idea of them leaving in February is what opens a door for you to find a better position or new opportunity, something like that. I like what I see there for you, though. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, and if there's something in the love affair section, Gemini, let's talk about love, okay? Let's talk about love. Now, you're an interesting person to be in love with because you're kind of cool and a little bit aloof and a little bit, in your head. And although you like to talk, sometimes you talk too much. You'd be the one that someone will be telling to be quiet when, you're trying to have some lovemaking there. But I do think that's because you're excitable and you're playful, but not so much... you don't always pay attention to the energy that's around you. So you do need to pay a little bit more attention to some of the energy that's around you, especially if it has to do with romantic energy or sensual energy or something like that. Sometimes you maybe didn't see what was coming or what was available. Okay, so pay attention to that. Could be some issue with your vehicle. Pay attention to that too. That's a detail that will interrupt a lot of things that you're trying to plan. So definitely make sure your car is optimized. And if you're thinking about a trip, you may be another one who may be delayed a little bit. Not a lot, but maybe by a couple of weeks. So just make sure your plans are exactly as you wish them to be. I see a wonderful Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio person. I like this person quite a bit. Now, I'm not exactly sure how she's going to fit into your day because you're Gemini, but she might be coming through in, let's say if you have an ex, she could be the auntie of your kids, or she could be your sister or your sister's friend, someone close like that. So anyways, this person's a nice person. I do like this person. You might get off on the wrong foot with this person. I tell you this, it could just be that you misunderstood something. So I'm asking you to just think about it for a second, sit back and think about it, okay? And you will solve whatever that is. If you just take a second, sometimes they say that first opinion, what do you say? The first encounter of someone is the best thing, the first impression. It isn't always. And I don't always agree with that, I have to say. So definitely, I would say if you're feeling that maybe you overstepped or you didn't understand, misinformation, something like that, just say you're sorry and move on, okay? Okay, so now we're going to talk about romantic love, okay? There could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries person that comes into play. Typically, I would say a Gemini person is really good with this person, but this particular person might be a touch of a womanizer or a little bit, it could be even a little tiny bit prejudiced, or, just has some off kind of views. So, I don't know, a little bit of a trickster. Maybe they aren't as nice as they're presenting, so I'd like you just to slow down, okay? Another one that needs to just slow down and don't move too quickly here. Okay, February, although, Valentine's and that is there. I don't know if you know about the story about Valentine's. And that's actually, it's crazy that we celebrate such a thing. Good spirits, good energies, charitable opportunities financially. I do see some little bit of increases around your finances there. The only thing I really worry about here with you, Gemini, is the stress-related stuff, okay? Now, there may be some issues with someone in your family, though. Could be some concern about a male in your direct family and their health, and maybe even either their blood or their heart. Sorry to tell you. Don't like to end on such a thing, but that I do see you as a very important factor in all of this, meaning you're going to be very helpful